Hello and happy Monday, and welcome to my carb public service announcement. I am coming to you because this last week I got asked by a couple of my coaching clients, I've been listening to this or been reading this, and they say to lose fat, I need to cut out all carbs here, cut out carbs there, do this with carbs. Here's what I want to suggest to you. Instead of being completely phobic about one macronutrient, try and experiment with yourself first. So what I always do is if somebody's pushing a certain way of eating, I go and I look and see, do they have a book where they're selling a diet program? Or do they offer like here's how to lose fat in 20 something weeks and here's a program. If they're coming from that platform, they have a vested interest in selling you a certain way of eating and trying to reinforce that to you. Whereas if there's somebody who's saying, look, if you eat at an energy balance geared towards weight loss, you're going to lose weight, but we have to kind of play around with the food to see what works for you. That makes a lot more sense. I have interviewed hundreds of people and all different walks of life, following all different types of eating regimens, and they were all able to lose weight. So if this issue around the carbs was true, a lot of those people who were vegetarian, vegan, took maybe a different approach to weight loss where their carbs were much, much higher. They shouldn't have been able to lose weight. I have a coaching client like that right now. She's a vegetarian. Her carbs are extremely high. Once we got her binge eating under control, and once we got her eating in a calorie deficit, guess what? She's losing weight eating a very high carbohydrate diet. Everybody is different. You have to experiment with yourself. I recently had upped my fat and decreased my carbs, and I actually started to gain weight. I've now reversed it and it's going the opposite direction. Everyone is different. So when someone's telling you this is where you need to position your carbs to lose weight, red flags should go up. I had a client email me and she's like, I'm hearing all this about carbs. Should I be doing it? And I asked her, I said, how much weight did you lose the last 3 weeks? And she lost 6 pounds. I said, what were you eating? A bagel for breakfast. She was eating her healthy meals all day. She had pizza once a week. She was having a treat every night. And I asked her, is it true for you? It doesn't matter what someone else is telling you is the best way to lose fat or the most fat loss friendly foods or whatever. If you can eat that way and lose weight and you're enjoying it and you're going to be compliant with your deficit, you will get where you want to be. And she actually was the proof in of itself, yet she didn't believe it in that moment because she was having a rough week. She wanted to default to somebody else and saying, well, maybe I'm doing something wrong. And I'm like, no, you wouldn't have lost 6 pounds in the last 3 weeks if carbs were really the issue because you've been eating carbs. Like, think about that logically for a second. So let's say right now your mind is swimming, you're hearing don't eat this, eat that, you're really overwhelmed. I would recommend you find a calorie range that provides a deficit for you and eat what you want within that deficit. Really monitor, weigh, measure your food, document, track your food, and see if you lose weight. If you don't, then maybe your calorie range was not correct, or then maybe you can look at decreasing a little bit of fat, decreasing a little bit of carbohydrate, playing around with that. But don't believe that one way is the only way. And I promise you, if tomorrow I rolled out a half size me diet plan and I said this is what you need to eat to lose weight and this is the way you need to do it, and I marketed it that way, I would make a lot of money. I don't do that. There's a reason, because I now know, after my experience of coming into contact with so many people who lost weight in so many different ways, there is not one way to do this. If you provide the calorie deficit and you eat food you like and you will be compliant with it for the long term, you will lose weight. Now, I'm getting ready to go have my protein pumpkin chocolate chip bread and my coffee, and I would encourage you, find what works for you. Do not get blindsided by the marketing that can go on out there. Do not allow yourself to feel overwhelmed, and know the answers are within you. You can look at your own past, you can make a plan and try things out for yourself and empower yourself. You guys have a wonderful week. I'll talk to you soon.